What's up everybody, it's Lead Gen Man here, and in this lecture I'm going to show you really quickly how you can create RAG agents by using Postgres or Postgres SQL and Supabase vector store so that you have your AI agent with memory up and running instantly. First of all, let's add our AI agent, and now let us select any chat model that you like. In this example I'm using OpenAI chat model. And here comes the main part, which is memory. In memory, we have simple memory option, but it will store in N8N only, but we need to store our data or our chat history into our external database. That's why we are going to use Postgres chat memory. If you don't know what is Postgres, Postgres is basically open source database integration that will allow you to connect your workflows to PostgreSQL databases like Supabase vector store. And yes, it is obviously free since it is open source. That's why we are going to use Postgres. Now, in order to connect our Postgres with our Supabase, we will use external tool. Search for Supabase vector store, this one. Now, I know you guys might not know what is the main difference between Postgres and Supabase and why we are using both of these. So let us go back to our Blackboard to understand this concept, and we will come back building this memory or RAG agent inside our N8N. Welcome back everyone, this is my fancy drawing of AI agent. Don't laugh. Yeah, so coming back to the point of memory, we are using Postgres. Now in order to store our chat histories as well as to feed back this chat history to our AI agent, we need to connect this Postgres SQL node to any external data point or data server. In this example, we are using Supabase. Supabase is really good. It allows you to customize your data storage as per your need. That's why I am using Supabase. So to answer the question why we are using both of them is, first of all, let's say we are storing our chat history. For example, if I say hi, user will say hi, the AI will say, hello, how can I help you? So both of this chat history will be stored to our Supabase table. So this is one example of chat history. Now, if we want to feed this chat history back to our AI agent, we are going to connect both of them with each other so that Postgres chat memory can send this information from our Supabase table back to our AI agent. So this is just one use case of using Supabase and Postgres. Second use case could be, for example, you have your internal team SOP and you want to store that information and make your AI agent as a RAG agent. You can use that as well. So you can upload your external files, PDFs, whatever you like to Supabase directly. So in this example, our AI agent can get all of this information from our Supabase table directly. Supabase is an external data source, and by using Postgres, we can feed in all of this information from Supabase to our AI agent. That's all from my side, and let's go back to our N8N interface. Awesome, we are back. Now first of all, we need to create an account in Supabase, then feed in all of this information for both Postgres and Supabase vector store. So let's go to Supabase. I'm showing you everything from scratch so that you are not hanging out in any place. Sign in or log in with your Supabase account. I'm using my GitHub. Awesome. So create an organization, and I'm using the free plan. Now one thing you need to remember is this password is really important. Apart from that, you can left everything as it is. Region does not matter. You don't need to change any advanced configuration or security option. And let's create our project. Note that creating a project might take around 2 to 3 minutes, but then you're good to go. Yeah, so my project status is live right now and there are no security issues. Now we need to connect our Postgres chat memory with our Supabase account. So go to Supabase and use this connect button. If you're not able to find it, it will be somewhere here. Click on connect. So Postgres is an open source Postgres SQL or SQL. So we are going to use this type of pSQL. So scroll down and we are going to use this transaction pooler. Alright, so we need to fill in all of this information one by one. So I will copy my host URL, then my database. For a user, I will simply copy this and paste it here. Now remember that password, fill in that here. Scroll down, and for port it is 5432, but here it is 6543. After you have done that, click on save. You don't have to worry about maximum number of connection and SSL issues. You will get this screen response if everything is okay. Now let us name this as N8N chat history and the context window length is 5. So now if we test our AI agent, let us disconnect this. Let us chat with our AI agent. We will say hi. So it will run this 2 times. Why 2 times? I will explain. First time for our user message and second time for the AI message. So if you open our Supabase now, and we will have a new table of anytime chat history. And these are the 2 rows that it has added. Human said hi, and AI said hello, how are you, or how can I assist you today? I hope this makes sense. It is as easy as I can explain. Cool. So if everything is green, we will be able to store every chat session with our AI agent inside our database, which in our example, Supabase. Now let's say if you want to convert your AI agent into a RAG agent. RAG basically means retrieval augmented generation. So you have feed in your external data, for example your PDF file, docx file or CSV file, and you want to allow your AI agent to access those information. It is known as RAG agent. So we will connect this Supabase vector store where we will store our external database or our external PDF files to give access to our AI agent. So first of all, we need to create or connect our credentials. Click on new credentials. Yeah, so we will need a host and our service role secret key. So go to Supabase, click on settings, and let's go to data API. This will be the URL and this will be your secret service key. Secret role key. So let's copy this, paste it here. Same goes for this one. So I'm going to reveal this and I'm not going to show you my secret key. Copy this and paste it here. Click on save. Awesome. Connection successful. For operation mode, we want to use it as RAG to retrieve external documentation and use tool for AI agent. Since our AI agent is tool agent, we are going to use as tool for AI agent. Now for name, let's say we want to create lead gen man, which is my company name, and documents. For description, we can say it is a valuable information or valuable data storage of lead gen man company. And for tables, we haven't actually created any tables. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. As you can see, we don't have any tables. So we are going to go to documentations. And if we scroll down, we have this link. Supabase provide a quick startup to set up our vector store. So scroll down and we want to use this SQL. So copy this SQL, go back to your Supabase. Instead of using text editor, table editor, we are going to use SQL editor. Paste that and click on run. Yeah, it is success, but no rows written. And this is what actually we want. So it means that we have created the table, which means success, but the table is empty. So if we go back to our table editor, awesome. We have a new table named documents. From the Supabase dashboard, you can upload your files, but I'm going to show you a super cool trick how we can use N8N to upload your files to your Supabase table. So if we pop up this, yeah, click on refresh, we should be able to see our documents. Awesome. And lastly, we need to add our embeddings. So if you don't know what is embedding, it's alright like if you don't know what is embedding. Basically, embedding is numerical representation of data. For example, images, text, code, it will convert it into numerical data so that our LLM or our large language model can understand that data much better way. So we are going to use OpenAI embeddings. Again, if you don't know what is embedding, it's alright, you don't need to know it. Just add it here. Awesome, we are done with our Supabase vector store. But as I mentioned, you can easily import your files from N8N itself. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. Search for Supabase. And what we want to do is we want to add documents to our vector store. Let's select our table of document and the embedding batch size. Now let's go back and let's connect this chat trigger or chat node to our Supabase vector store. Here we need to add embeddings again. I'm going to use OpenAI and text splitter as well, or data loader. So we can use this default data loader so that it will automatically pick what is the data type of that data file. For example, it will automatically know if it is a PDF, docx, CSV or JSON. Yeah, but first of all, we need to change the type of data to binary because most of the time we are going to use binary unless you have JSON. And for mode, we want to load all data. And for data format, we want to automatically detect by mimic type. As well as we also need to add text splitter. So I will explain you what is text splitter. Let's say you have a PDF file and it comprises of 10,000 words, right? So if we store all of those 10,000 words in just one single chunk, our LLM will hallucinate. That's why what we want to do is we want to separate it into different text splitter. Let's say 1,000 in that format. So we can use this text splitter of 1,000. Same goes for chunk overlay, let's say 200, whatever you want to use. But your chunk size will always differ as per your document size. Now in order to upload our files, allow upload files. Enable this, and now if we open chat trigger, we can upload our files from here. Awesome, it is running successfully. So if we go back to our Supabase, click on refresh, we have all the data that we need. In this example, I'm using this CSV file of famous reels by count on views, likes, comment, etc, etc. So if we go back, we have all of the storage inside our Supabase document table. That's how we can upload files from N8N itself. So let's connect back this to our AI agent. But now we need to tell our AI agent to use Supabase vector store if needed. So inside prompt, we can tell that use the Supabase vector store to retrieve data from my vector store. So let's chat with our AI agent. Awesome. As you can see, it is able to detect that it needs to call this external tool of Supabase vector store. And yeah, number of likes and comment in the profile of Nick is this reel. This is the URL. This is the view. So if we check that inside our Google Sheet, yeah, same views and comments. Comments is 7970. Yeah, so this is how you can create RAG agents very easily without any complexity. Now this RAG agent, just copy this and go to our any N8N workflow that we have built previously. So instead of this qualification where we have to add all of our prompts and everything, you can just replace this RAG here, our entire agent here, and you can add all of your internal documentation, criterias, which company that you have worked previously. It will understand all the things automatically according to your business or your company. Alright, that's all from my side. If you have any question, do let me know. I'm always happy to help. Bye bye, take care, and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to show you what are AI agents and how they are different from AI automation. So we are using this N8N AI agent example because a lot of you guys are familiar with it. So first of all, we need to understand the AI agent architecture, and then we will come into N8N. So I'm going to use one of my LinkedIn posts to explain or break down our AI agent architecture. This framework or architecture allows AI agent to think and respond like human, with having planning capabilities, with having memory, and the ability to use tools effectively to solve real-world complex problems. Now coming back to the point, let's compare this architecture or this diagram inside our N8N agent. First of all, we have chat model. This will be our LLM or chat model. Imagine this planning node as OpenAI or Claude model. First of all, what it will do is, according to our query, it will first reflect, then self-critic, like it will actually plan using chain of thoughts, and it will divide into sub-goals of decomposition. So that's what our chat model are. So if you open this and search for OpenAI. For the model, we can use whatever you like. I'm using this default one. Now coming to the memory. Memory is actually the key here. The basic difference between AI agents and AI automation are AI agents have the capability of memory and performing task execution using external tools, while AI automation is just a simple linear execution. Yeah, coming back to the memory, we can attach two types of memory, short-term memory and long-term memory. Inside our N8N, we can use this short-term memory of simple memory. But if we want to use long-term memory, for instance, even after chatting after 90 days or even a 1 year, we want to retrieve that information, we can use Postgres, we can use Redis, MongoDB, chat history. Lastly comes the main part, which is tool execution. Here you can see we have tools, right? So you can attach as many tools as you like. For example, code execution, web browsing, knowledge graph, document analysis, RAG retrieval, text generation. We can call these external tools by using HTTP request, by using code tool, or by using another sub workflow by calling it using this workflow tool. So the beautiful part about AI agents is You don't have to tell them which tools to use. It will automatically analyze and use the best tool available that it has for the specific task or specific goals. So that's what makes AI agent different from AI automation. And last part is of action. After our AI agent has decided which tools to use, how it should behave, what are the prompts, what are the guidelines, everything, it will produce you an output or a response. So that's how AI agent work. And I hope you are able to understand now the architecture of AI agent, because to be honest, if you understand the foundation or the fundamentals of how things are working, you will be way ahead and you can easily manipulate this thing as per your own use case or your business needs. Alright, now let us understand what is the basic difference between AI automation and AI agents. So I'm going to use this blackboard. So we have AI automation on the left hand side versus AI agents. And I don't mean that AI automation are bad or something like that and AI agents are superior. It's according to your use case or your needs. For example, if your business use case just need a simple automation, you don't want to use AI agent to increase your complexity as well as your cost. By using just simple automation, you can do wonders as well. So let's understand this difference by using a real world example so that you can easily understand rather than just simply using definition. We are going to use an example of AI voice agent. So in AI automation, we have IVR calls. So if you don't know what is IVR calls, it is basically, this is your keyboard, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and whenever you are calling any customer service rep, most of the time this will be automated calls or IVR calls. So for example, if you have any inquiry, press 1 to submit your inquiry. Press 2 if you want to book an appointment. Press 3 if you want to contact customer supports, etc. etc. It is fixed, right? So this is the trigger. So it will trigger this automation once we have pressed any button. In this example, I am taking number 1 and it will execute the output. Here the output is a fixed response. It cannot change according to the user question, user mood or user preference. But at the same time, if we compare by using AI voice agents, for instance, I am talking to AI voice agent and saying, hey, I need specific help with this company or with this detail. So it will understand the user needs this specific thing and it will go to memory or go to knowledge base where it has a manual to answer the question. It will come back with the response and provide you with a specific answer. Next, if you want to book a specific appointment or if you want to reschedule an appointment, it will call these external tools, for example, your Google Calendar, your Zoom Calendar, etc. etc. And coming to the memory part basically means it will able to recall your past conversation histories as well. For instance, if I have called AI voice agent for the first time and I am calling it again after 5 minutes, it won't say, hey, who are you? Can you tell me your name and we can proceed further? It will actually remember my name and the call summary or the call transcript that we have. All of this memory or all of this knowledge will be stored inside our AI agent. Now you cannot do all of this thing inside AI automation. And lastly, for our AI voice agent to think and respond, it will use a chat model, in our example OpenAI or Claude. So I hope you understand the difference between AI automation versus AI agents, as well as visually understanding by using our N8N AI agent. And the beautiful thing about N8N is it allows you to build and deploy AI agents without you having to write a single line of code, and you can simply connect all the LLM models, memory and any external tools that you want to add inside your AI agent by using just simple drag and drop connection. That's the beauty of N8N. Hi everybody, it's your boy Manthan or Lead Gen Man, and in this lecture I'm going to show you how you can embed your N8N chatbots into your website or a client's funnel, and it is really working great. You can see I have added all of my knowledge base or context about my brand in this Supabase vector store. I also have added Google Calendar, Gmail and Google Sheets as a tool in case I need it. For example, if someone wants to book an appointment with me when they are interacting with my chatbot, it will invoke this Google Calendar as a tool. And I'm not going to focus this on how to add these tools because we have done so many times in all of our previous lectures. So please follow along with that. For example, if you don't know how to add Supabase vector store or RAG agent, we have tons and tons of lecture. So please follow along with them. Yeah, so to give you the demo, I want to book an appointment with Manthan at 5 p.m. and this is the prospect's email I'm using as an example of my email. So it will automatically send email to me, and I did get an email to either approve the meeting or decline the meeting. For example, another example is who is Manthan Patel or Lead Gen Man. So it will invoke our RAG or Supabase vector store to get the details about our brand, who is Manthan or who is the owner of this site. As you can see, Manthan is a lead gen man, expert in lead generation and digital marketing, yada yada yada. Then you can also use SERP API in case you want to make your chatbot very smart. For example, how many followers Manthan have on IG or Instagram. So it will go to Instagram and find out like approximately 15,000. So let's go to my Instagram. Yeah, so I have around like 16,000. It did a really good job. So you can make your chatbots really interactive with your customers or your leads on your website 24/7 without you having to do anything. And don't worry, you can customize your chatbot according to your brand colors, according to your brand messages, whatever you like. For example, if you want to change this default message, you can do that. If you want to change this, the sky is the limit with N8N. So let me show you how you can do that. First of all, once you have built your N8N chatbot, just go to this when chatbot message received, right? So I don't know how long is this. Yeah. So let's do one thing. Let's first of all delete this and let's start everything from scratch. So first of all, add your chat trigger. First thing you need to do is you need to make your chat publicly available so that our customers or prospect on our website can interact with our chatbot. This will be the production URL that we will use. And in mode, we need to change this into embedded chat. Otherwise, we won't be able to embed into our funnel website or your hosting services. So this is the embedded mode and this will be our production URL. So first of all, we have to follow this instruction on N8N documentation. So let's open it, click on here. So this is the documentation of N8N chat. Scroll down and we have to look inside installation and CDN embedded. Yeah, it is the easiest one. All you need to do is just copy this HTML code and go to your WordPress, go to your Shopify or wherever you have hosted your website. In my example, I have hosted inside Go High Level, so I will go there. So if you open my landing page, this is my chatbot, but let's start everything from scratch. So let us pick up any dummy page. Yeah, this refund one is dummy. Awesome. So we want to add a chatbot in this page. So what I will do is I will click on this plus and add a code function or a code node. It will work just the same in Shopify WordPress. Then open the code editor and paste the code that we have copied from here. Now one thing we do need to change is our production webhook URL. So head over to our N8N platform to get the production URL. This is the production URL. Copy this, paste it here. Click on save. Yes, I want to save it and let's see how it is looking. Awesome. So we have this pretty default N8N chatbot in pinkish color, but don't worry, we will change everything. So we want to remove obviously powered by N8N. We want to change our name, Nathan name to our name and our chatbot color. So I'm going to show you how we can do that. So scroll down and you will see these are the default options that we can pretty much change according to our preference and need. So I will say, hi, my name is Manthan instead of Nathan. I want to change the chatbot color to greenish color, the one we have in lead gen man on my main website, this one. So you need to make some changes inside this code, but we are so lazy that we don't want to do anything. So what we will do is we will use either ChatGPT or Perplexity to come up with this code on its own. So let's open ChatGPT or Perplexity, whatever you like. Then simply just to give some reference, let's copy this URL and paste it here. Then we will say research about how to embed N8N chatbots into website like Go High Level, WordPress, Shopify, etc. So I am able to host and embed into my site as you can see here, but I want to make some changes. First of all, to default name to Manthan, I want to remove powered by N8N, obviously. And then I want to change the color to this one, which is this green color. So please give me a code for it. So it will first of all research about NPM or N8N chatbots and will give you the customized code. Awesome. Let's copy this. Let's replace this code with the new one. Click on save and let's see. Awesome. So it has changed the color to green. But one problem we have is we are not able to chat with our chatbot. So let's go back to Perplexity. But there is no option to chat. It will give you a new code. So let's test it out. Yeah, let's replace this and paste it here. Click on save and let's see this in action. Yeah. So now we have the option to chat and interact with our chatbot. Let's imagine someone, random person visited this site and they don't know who we are or who is the founder. So they can easily ask, my name is Manthan, so who is Manthan? So it will give you the description. And let's say if they want to book a meeting with me. Project discussion, my email, to book appointment. I have sent email to Manthan requesting. So it won't directly book an appointment. I have to approve first of all, either to approve or to decline. Awesome. So feel free to customize tools according to your need. But the main goal of this lecture was to show you how you can embed N8N chatbots into a website or a client's website and customize it according to your needs. That's all from my side. If you have any other question, do let me know. I'm always happy to help. Let's learn AI agent's core component by using this analogy of a robot body. First, our robot or AI agent will need brain so that it can understand and process the user query and go ahead and plan what it needs to do. In our example of AI agent, they are large language models or chat models like OpenAI or Anthropic Claude. You can easily select whatever large language model you want to use. I generally use OpenAI, so I will select that. Then second part of our AI agent is memory. Memory allows our robot or AI agent to recall past conversation and past histories. So you can use simple memory or any specific memory that you want to integrate into your tool stack. But in this example, let's use simple memory. Then last, we have tools. And this is where real magic happens. It enables our AI agent to go out and perform specific tasks that we have asked for. Let's build an Gmail AI agent. So we need to add Gmail as a tool. So click on plus. And if you scroll down, you have all of these options and all of these tools that you can attach to your AI agent. But in this example, let's search for Gmail as a tool. And sorry for this annotation. Now I have cleared all of this. As you can see, you have operation of send emails, get emails, so that your AI agent can manage your entire inbox on your behalf. Let's select the operation to send emails to anyone just by simply chatting with our AI. And for all of these parameters, we want to let AI configure on its own. So click on the stars. And then now in order to chat with our AI agent, we can use WhatsApp, Telegram. But the beautiful part about N8N is we have this chat trigger so that we can manually test out our AI agent inside N8N. Then let's connect this with our AI agent and then click on open chats. We can say like send an email to this specific email address wishing him a very happy birthday. As you can see, our AI agent is now running and it is invoking our Gmail tool and it has sent out the email of happy birthday. Let's check in our inbox. As you can see here, it will automatically come up with the subject line, email body and select the email address that we have used inside our chats. That's how you can create an AI agent inside N8N with zero coding needed. From so many days, people have been asking me how do we self-host N8N in the easiest and without writing a single line of code, plus how we deploy MCP servers inside our N8N account. So in this video, I'm going to show you that. Again, I'm reminding we are going to cover two things in this video. The first is how do we self-host N8N and how do we deploy MCP servers inside our N8N account. Apart from that, I will also explain what is MCP or Model Context Protocols so that you are not left behind in this AI world. First of all, let me explain why we are self-hosting N8N. Basically to run infinite numbers of executions and to activate unlimited number of workflows. If you look at N8N pricing screen, we have two options. The first is Starter and the second is Pro. In the Starter, you can see we have to pay $24 per month to execute only 2.5k or 2500 workflows and only limited to 5 active workflows. Now if we look at Pro plan, for £60 we can execute 10,000 workflows execution plus have 15 active workflows. But if we self-host N8N, we can run as many workflows execution we like, as well as we can have as many active workflows inside our N8N account. For example, you can only have up to 5 or 15 active workflows inside your N8N account if you are using hosted by N8N. But if you are using self-hosting, we can execute as many operations and active workflows as we like, plus have the data security. We won't be sharing any data to N8N. So that's the plus point. Now let's talk about Make.com and Zapier pricing, which is alternative to N8N. You can see for 10,000 operation, we have to pay $18. And Zapier is like, if you go to 10,000, we have to pay $200. So Zapier does not make sense. Yeah. So by using self-hosting option, we can run as many execution we like. And I have seen agencies and businesses paying $1,000, $2,000 to Make.com or Zapier because they have so many operations going on per monthly basis. But by using N8N, you don't have to pay a single dime except for hosting fees. Now let's talk about hosting. There are too many or various options to self-host your N8N. For instance, we can use Docker desktop application to run locally our N8N account inside our computer or desktop. But the thing is, it may take you DevOps like kind of skills. You have to write some codes, you have to open terminal and do a lot of configuration. And we don't want to do that. Being non-technical, and probably if you are watching this video, you might have non-technical background. So we don't want to mess anything with our N8N account, and we want to make our life easier. Now the second option we have is Elastio. It is a great option if you want to deploy your N8N account. You can do it here as well. But the thing is, we have to pay on hourly basis and not monthly basis. So that's why we are going to use Railway to deploy our self-hosted N8N account. To sign in or log in with your account, you can continue with GitHub or you can use your email. I have my GitHub account, so I will use GitHub, but you can use your Gmail as well. Awesome. All good? Please continue. You will also be given $5 free trial. And just for you guys, I'm doing everything from scratch so that you can easily follow me and self-host your N8N account. First of all, we will deploy from template. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to write a single line of code. We want to make our life easier. So click on deploy a template. And obviously N8N will be the most famous one. So use the first one, which is built by Jack. So it will use Postgres and Redis on its own. And it will have all of this configuration. You don't have to do anything. All you need to do is just click on this deploy button. So it is creating the project for us and deploying the environment. Just give it some time, like 30 to 40 seconds, and you're good to go. Awesome guys. So mine one took 3 minutes to deploy. Now go to your primary one. And this is your N8N self-hosted URL. So just open this. And boom, there you go. You can execute as many operations and active as many workflows in your self-hosted N8N account without you having to write a single line of code. Again, I wanted to focus more on the business side of things and not on this technicality. Just for like mere $5 to $20, I don't want you to waste your mind and energy on technicalities. So use Railways to deploy your self-hosted N8N account and not Docker desktop application. Alright, so it's time to create new account of N8N. Click on next. There you go. This is your dashboard. It will walk you into a funnel, so I don't want to fail anything right now. Let us skip everything. Awesome. Now you can execute as many workflows you want, as well as without having tension to pay any more zaps or operation inside Make.com. Now let's talk about Railway hosting pricing. I'm using the hobby one, the first one, which is $5 per month. But if you are running too many compute or you want too many GPUs, you can use or opt in for $20. If you are having any trouble deploying your Railway deployment, just pay upfront for $5 as a hobby fee because it might be running out of the GPU power. So if you look at this, the hobby plan has 8 GB RAM power and the pro plan has 32 GB RAM power. So according to your needs, feel free to choose your option. But hobby is working fine for me, and I think for most of you guys, it is a good option. Alright, so in the next lecture, let us talk about MCP and how we can use or install MCP inside our N8N account. And don't worry about that sign up page. You don't have to do this every single time. All you need to do is just set your account for once, and whenever you click on this link, this one, it will open up your N8N account. Awesome, so that's all from my side. I will see you in the next lecture where we will talk about MCP inside N8N. Bye bye, take care, and I will see you in the next one. MCP is the hottest thing under the sun right now. So let us talk about what is MCP and how you can deploy that inside N8N. So if we start from scratch and let us search for MCP or Model Context Protocol. You can see here you won't be able to find anything because we have to first of all install MCP community node inside our N8N. But don't worry, we are going to do everything from scratch. But first of all, it's important to understand what is MCP and how you can use them inside your N8N workflows. So let us go back to our blackboard. The full form of MCP is Model Context Protocol. But knowing the full form does not tell anything about MCP. So MCP is basically standardization protocol that allows our AI agents and AI tools to connect with the web. For instance, if we want to connect our AI agent to Slack or any application that you want. It can be Notion, it can be Airbnb, it can be, let's say, Firecurl if we want to scrape information from the website or from web. So we want to connect our AI agent with all of this external application. Yeah, you can connect them by using curl codes or by using configuration, but it is very tricky and very hard for our AI agent or for you to set up this connection in a seamless format. So we are introducing MCP here. MCP or Model Context Protocols allows our AI agent to connect with this application in a seamless and easy manner. So if we remove MCP from here, right? So you have to be really smart and understand all of the technicalities that it requires to connect your AI agent to external application like Slack. But by using MCP, it is just as simple as clicking on that connect button and boom, your AI agent is connected to Slack. That's how easy it is. As you can see, there are some famous example of Brave Search, Firecall, Google Drive, Google Maps. So you can see we can connect all of these applications and servers to our N8N AI agents. That's why it is so important to install MCP. And the reason why we are using self-hosted version is you cannot do that by using hosted on cloud or hosted on N8N. If we are using self-hosted, then and then only we can connect MCP servers. And that's why in the last lecture, we have self-hosted our N8N account because MCP is going to be a big trend in AI era. So let's go to the official N8N documentation where it shows how we can connect MCP with N8N. So search for N8N/node/MCP. Click on this first result and you can see this is the N8N community node that allows us to interact with MCP. Open it. And we have this weather example, how we can connect weather MCP with our AI agent. But what we are looking here is this N8N community package tool. So scroll down and use this one. So all you need to do is just copy this N8N community package allow tool usage. Go back to your runway. Click on the primary Docker. Go to the variable. We have to add this environment variable inside our Docker. Click on new variable, paste the variable name, and in value we will simply type true. That is given in the documentation. Then click on add and then deploy once again. It is successful. Awesome. So let's go back to our N8N self-hosted account. Then go to these three dots where we have to add the community node. Click on settings. Click on this community node and we have to install a new community node named N8N/nodes/MCP. This one I am referring. Copy and paste it here. Since N8N does not have any authorized MCP nodes, we are using it as a third party. Now click on install. Awesome. Package install and this is the version. Make sure we have the check mark. Now let us go back to our workflow and then search for MCP and you will be able to find MCP client. This node is from our community that we just installed. So let us open it. And yeah, you can see we have this action where we can list all of the available tools and execute these tools. Most of the times we are going to use either list or execute. Rest of the actions are not needed that much. Alright, so let us play around with the MCP and let's use an example of Firecall. Firecall is like the hottest example right now. So if we search for Firecall, yeah, this one, which allow us to extract web data from web pages and website. This is the documentation of Firecall MCP server. But don't worry, you don't have to understand anything. Just follow me what I'm doing. But I just want to show you the available tools. For instance, we have script tool, we have batch script tool. This one is the best, which is we can actually cover website content or web data by using this Firecall tool. Alright, so let us install Firecall MCP inside our N8N. So search for execute a tool. We will use this. First of all, we need to add the credential of Firecall MCP. So we have to input the command, argument, and the API key of Firecall. So how do we find it? For instance, if we want to install any other MCP, that can be Slack, that can be Google Drive, this is how you can do that. Because I cannot show you every other MCP servers, right? So that's why it is a standardized process and trust me, it is very easy. So all we need to do is just go to any code and you will be able to find MCP configuration. So we have the command and the command we are using is npx. So copy this and paste it inside command. Same goes for the arguments. Copy this -y till MCP. But we do need to remove this quotation mark and the comma. So it should be something like -y space Firecall MCP. And for environments, Firecall API, copy this. So I'm using expression because you guys can see it, equals to our Firecall API key. So let us go to Firecall, login or sign up with your account. I'm using my GitHub account. You will be able to find your API key here. Or if you are not, just go to API keys, copy this and paste it here. That's it. And now let's rename our credentials. We can say Firecurl. Then click on save. That's all you need to do. Again, for commands, most of the time it will be npx. For arguments, every server has different kind of like arguments. So let us look at another example of Airbnb. So if we scroll down, here you can see command is npx, it is the same. But for arguments, we have -y, then this, and again we have this ignore text. Alright, so that's all you need to add in your arguments. Let us click on save. Awesome, credentials successfully created. And for operation, most of the times again we are going to use either execute or list tools. List tools basically means how many tools are available in Airbnb server, or if you don't know how many tools are available in Firecurl, we can use this list tool. And to execute those commands or actions, we are going to use execute tools most of the time. So let us use the list tool one and let us click on test tab. Awesome, node executed successfully. The first tool is Firecurl scrape. Then the second tool is Firecurl map. Then the third is Firecurl curl. That's what we are going to use most of the time. Yeah, so that's what we saw here. Right, all the available tools. Yeah, so it will just list all the available tools that we have in Firecurl MCP. Now in order to execute these tools, we are going to use execute tool. Alright, now let us play around with our MCP by adding AI agent. And I want to show you how you can add AI agent with your MCP. So to test around like manually, we are going to use, or we are going to chat with our AI agent. So let us use chat trigger and let us add AI agent. For model, we are going to use OpenAI. Now we have to enter the API key from our OpenAI API key account. So go to this documentation, OpenAI API.key. Open the first URL, log in or sign up with your account. Then let us create a new secret key. Copy this, paste it here. Click on save. Awesome. Make sure that this connection test successfully message is coming so that we will know that our API is connected with our model. And for model, we can use the default one. Let us go back to our agent. For memory, we can use a simple memory. It can recall 5 previous conversations that we had with our AI agent. You can increase it to 10, whatever you like. But as this is an MCP lecture, I want to focus more on the MCP side and not technicalities like prompts and models. So now it's time to connect our tools. Here, instead of our HTTP request tool that we use a lot of times, we are going to replace that by MCP client tool. And the credentials are already selected. And for operation, let us use list tools. So let us rename this as Firecurl list tool. Now let us add another node for execute tool. In operation, select execute, and in tool name, this is very important. Like for example, let us take our MCP. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tools available, right? So we cannot hard code the value which tool that we are going to use, because it will alternatively change the tool as per the use case and as per the needs. So we cannot use this fixed option, but we have to use the expression. In expression, let us do one thing. Let us tell AI to handle it on its own. Let us tell AI to find out the best tool available for our use case or our question and use that. So in order to tell our AI in JSON format, open double curly brackets, type $, we can say from AI that we are using, select the tool name on your own. So it will simply replace the tool name that it will get from Firecurl here. Again, I will repeat, what we are doing is we are telling AI to find out the best available tool and figure out it on its own. We don't want to deal with anything. I hope this makes sense. And for tool parameters. Now what is tool parameters or schema? To understand it better, let us go back to our GitHub or code. As you can see here, the parameters are maximum depth, time limit, maximum URL. Same goes for this price, description, name. So those parameters will be always changing according to our query or according to our prompt. So that's why what we need to do is we need to again tell AI to handle this on its own to find out the best parameters or to find out the relevant parameters. So we have this option, let the model define this parameter. So in this example, we are going to use this one. Alright, so it will automatically be defined by the model so that you don't have to worry about anything. Awesome, it's time to chat with our AI agent and see if it is able to connect with Firecall MCP and it is able to scrape data, web page data from it. So let us click on open chat and let's say scrape best spas in Ahmedabad, the location where I am living right now. And let us click on enter. So it will get all the available tools from Firecall and AI will automatically determine which is the best tool for our query. In our example is scrape best spas in Ahmedabad. And then once it finds out the relevant tool, it will use this execute command or execute tool. Awesome. Node executed successfully and you can see. And if we open the website, yeah, it is finding the perfect one. So it is scraping the 10 best spa in Ahmedabad. Right, I hope this makes sense. Again, we are not looking into anything. For example, AI agent system field prompt. We can do a lot of things here, but again, this lecture was more about on the MCP side of things and not on the technical prompt details. Alright, I hope you understand how you can connect MCP servers, literally any MCP servers that you like inside your N8N workflows. For instance, if you want to use, let's say, Brave Search or Airbnb, I will show you example. So let us use Airbnb one because it is a fun one. And Airbnb does not require any API key. So we can instantly check it out how we can connect them. So yeah, for command, we want to include npx. So click on add a node and let us set up the credential for our Airbnb. So click on add new credentials. In the code we have npx, then in arguments we have -y space @operbnb, again space, and this ignore text. Just simply copy this. And that's all we need to do. Here we don't have any API key and you don't need. So just simply save it. Yeah, we forgot to rename it. We can say Airbnb. Let us rename this as Airbnb list tools. So it will check how many tools are available in Airbnb MCP server. That's why in operation we are using list tool. We have to do the same in order to execute. So again search for MCP client node. This time we are going to use execute tool. And again for tool name, go to expression and we want to tell AI to figure out on its own. So open double curly bracket dollar from AI and in brackets with quotation mark tool name. So it will simply replace the tool name that it is going to use. And we are going to use let the model define these parameters. Awesome. Yeah, we forgot to rename this. Let's say Airbnb execute. Let us open the chat again and let's see it is able to find out the Airbnb location or not. Let us clear everything and let's say find out best places in Ahmedabad with 4 people and 2 children. We can say find out best villas. So here we will test our AI agent that it is escaping from Firecall or it is scraping for Airbnb. As you can see, it has been successfully able to determine which MCP servers to use, and that's why it is not using Firecall and it is using Airbnb. I hope this makes sense. So first of all, what it did was it scraped out all the available tools. It listed all the available tools of Airbnb, and then once it figured out which one to use, it has used Airbnb execute tool to find out the best spot with 4 people and 2 children. Best villas in Ahmedabad. Yeah, so if you open this, awesome. So it is opening the exact location as well. Yeah, I have seen this villa, like it is near my home only. You can see it has given the detailed pricing, availability, and the details as well as the rating. Yeah, again, I hope you found this valuable and I hope you understand how you can connect any MCP servers inside your N8N account. and it's nothing rocket science. People are literally building their own MCP servers for their use case, and you can do that as well. Like I have seen literally people on YouTube teaching how to build MCP servers. Alright, yeah, you can do the same for Brave as well. So again, I'm showing everything because I don't want you to be stuck anywhere. So let us go for the Brave search, right? So for Brave search, go to npx and let us add MCP node. So we want to list all the available tools in Brave. So we need to create another credential for Brave. So let us name this as Brave MCP or Brave search. In command, it is npx. In arguments, it is -y space and then copy this. Paste it here, and we need to add our environments here, which is the Brave API key. So I'm using expression so that you can see it. Brave API key is equal to, and then we will add our API key here. So let us go to Brave API key. You can do that inside Chrome as well. You don't have to download Brave browser. So log in with it, or log in or sign up your account, and you will get 2000 free API calls, which I think is sufficient for most of you guys. Like in a month, like it's pretty okay. I already have my API key. So as you can see, I already have used around like 100 requests only. Like I'm literally using Brave search like every single day. Still it is only 99. So I think you will be able to get like 2000 requests per month, and it is sufficient for most of you guys. Well, you can purchase as well, like in subscription. Alright, so I will just copy my API key and paste it here. That's it. Again, don't get any funny idea. I'm going to delete this key right after this lecture. Let us test this step. So it will list out all the available tools of Brave search. So Brave web search and Brave local search. Yeah, Brave search has only 2 available tools. And yeah, that's how you can connect literally any MCP servers that you like. Alright, I hope you found this valuable, and if you have any question or if you are stuck anywhere, my DMs are always open, as well as you can reach out or you can ask question in the community. We are always happy to help. That's all from my side, and I will see you in the next one. It's time to make your Anthropic Cloud desktop application MCP boosted. And if you don't know what is MCP, MCP is a model context protocol that standardizes the connection of your AI models or AI agents with any external tool or application. For instance, if you want to connect your Cloud with Brave search, with let's say Google Drive, Google Maps, Slack, whatever apps or tools that you want to connect with your AI model or AI agent, you can easily do that by using MCP servers. So first of all, we need to download Anthropic Cloud desktop application. I'm using Mac OS, so I will download my Cloud desktop application. After that, download any development environment. In my example, I'm using VS Code or Visual Studio Code. So download this. And don't worry guys, you don't have to write a single line of code to add this MCP servers inside your Cloud desktop application. Once you are done installing Cloud desktop application, click on Cloud and click on Settings. Then go to this developer mode. Then click on this Edit Configuration file. You will be able to see the Cloud desktop configuration file in JSON. Open it. It will open this file in your VS Code or Visual Studio Code. Now let's say we want to first of all install Brave Search MCP inside our Cloud. So go to our GitHub and then let us open Brave Search. This process is same from adding any other MCP servers as well. You can see here usage with Cloud desktop application and add this to your Cloud desktop configuration file that we just opened. So go to npx and copy this code. Let us remove everything and paste it here. Now one thing we need to add is our Brave API key. So search for Brave search, click on API, then sign up or log in with your Brave search account, and they will give you 2000 free queries per month. I think it is very sufficient for most of you guys. So let's log in. This is the dashboard of Brave search. Then go to API keys. Copy your API key or create a new API key. Then let's go back to our VS Code and paste our API key here. Then click on Files and let us save this. Awesome. Now we need to restart our Cloud desktop application in order to install our MCP servers. So click on Cloud and quit. Let's open Cloud again. And once you open back your Cloud Desktop application, it will show you this error. Why? Because we haven't added Node.js or Node JavaScript. So first of all, we have to add npx command inside our terminal. So go back to your browser and search for nodejs.org and then download this. Once downloaded, open it. Click on continue, I agree, enter your password, click on close. Let's move to trash and then open terminal. Now we need to download this Node.js inside our terminal. So type brew, I have installed brew in my terminal, install node, then click on enter. Awesome, our Node.js has been downloaded inside our terminal. To check it, type node/v, so it will show you the version of the latest Node.js. So we have v22.14.0. Then let's open our Cloud Desktop application and click on quit. Then try to open it again. And congratulations guys, MCP Brave Search has been installed inside your Cloud Desktop application with this hammer emoji. So if you open it, we have access to two MCP tools, Brave Local Search and Brave Web Search. So let's say I want to find out latest news from this week in Ahmedabad. So I will type find the latest news from last week and we can say use Brave Search to find it out. Let's allow our tool of Brave Search. Allow for this chat. So it will search the web and find out the latest news from last week in Ahmedabad because it has access to web search. So it can perform web search using Brave Search API, ideal for general queries, news article and online content. Feel free to ask anything, feel free to research about anything. So basically by installing this MCP server, we allow our Cloud Desktop application to be connected with the internet. Next, let us install Airbnb MCP server. So go back to GitHub and then let us find Airbnb. Open this Airbnb MCP server. Scroll down and yeah, we have to add this code to our Cloud Desktop configuration file. Let us click on copy. Let us go back to our VS Code and paste it here. But now the problem will be this code is not in the structure format. So we will use Claude in order to solve this problem. So copy both of these and say I want to add both of these MCP servers, but I don't know how to code. So can you help me out? Awesome. So it will combine both of these MCP servers into one code. Click on copy and paste it here. Then save this file. Go back to your Claude and click on quit. We have to reopen it in order to install our Airbnb MCP server. Let's open Claude and now we have 4 available tools: Airbnb search, Airbnb listing details. So we can say find out best villas in Ahmedabad. Use Airbnb MCP servers. And even if you don't use this, our Claude is smart enough to find out that it needs to provoke Airbnb MCP servers in order to find out the best villas in Ahmedabad. So allow this for this chat and it will search the Airbnb directory to find out the best villas in Ahmedabad. And the adult count is 2. Awesome. As you can see, it has listed the best luxury villas in Ahmedabad. These are the price range, these are the location and the ratings. Awesome. Now let's say if you want the links of these villas, you can say give me the Airbnb links, and here are our links. So let us open it to check it. Amazing. It is the exact same villa with the same location as well. Awesome. So that's how you can install multiple MCP servers inside your Cloud Desktop application. Now let's take last example of Firecall MCP, because Firecall is so useful. As the name suggests, it will crawl web page or web content by using Firecall MCP server. So let us go back to our GitHub and then search for Firecall. Let's open it. Scroll down. And yeah, usage with Cloud Desktop application, we have to add this. So copy this, open your VX Code and paste it here. Now we do need to add Firecall API key here. So search for Firecall, open this, then log in or sign up with your Firecall account. You will be able to find your API key here, and if not, click on API keys, copy this key and paste it here. Now again, this code is not in a proper format, so we will use Claude in order to fix this code. So copy all of this code, and from our last chat, now help me with this code. Click on enter. I will help you to combine all of these 3 MCP configuration into one single file. Awesome. Click on copy. Let's remove everything and paste it here. Then go to files, click on save, open Cloud Desktop application. We have to reopen it. Click on Cloud, and now we have 14 available MCP tools: Firecall Batch Scrape, Firecall Curl, Deep Research Extract, Map Scrape, etc. etc. So let's say we want to scrape out all the web data of a particular website. For instance, we will say scrape leadgenman.com, which is my website, and its content by using Firecall. Click on enter. Now allow this for chat. So it will go to this website. Let's open it. Yeah, so this is my website. It will scrape every web page content that is available on my website. It is also looking into my subdomains. I have gathered comprehensive information about leadgenman.com. So overview is, LeadGenMan is a marketing education platform run by Manthan Patel. Hello, nice to meet you. Offering a program called B School, main offering, course content, literally everything that was available on my webpage plus my subdomains. And it's not just like we can add only Brave Search, Airbnb and Firecall. There are so many MCP servers available out there. So whatever is your use case, feel free to install those MCPs here. For instance, if you want to add Google Drive, Google Maps, whatever you want to add, you can add those MCP servers inside a Cloud Desktop application to boost its efficiency and power. Alright, that's all from my side, and if you have any question, do let me know in the community. My DMs are always open. Bye bye, take care, and I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, I know I'm not in my studio, but in this quick lecture, I'm going to show you how you can update your self-hosted N8N account to the newest version. So if we go to these updates, as you can see here, we are on the version 1.85.4 and the current latest version is 1.88.0. So we don't have any, for example, let me show you. We don't have any Claude Think version, or we don't have any MCP node here. It is like the one we have installed from the community nodes. But N8N has also raised its own MCP node. So in order to update your N8N account, all you need to do is just go to Railway or wherever you are hosting. Let's log in. Obviously go to your project, then click on Primary, click on these 3 dots and click on Redeploy. Awesome, deployment successful. So let's open our URL, and there you go. There are no updates available. So we are on the latest version right now. So let's search for Claude Think. Awesome, as you can see now it is showing. If we search for MCP, yeah, MCP server trigger, MCP client trigger. So that's how you upload your N8N version to the latest one. That's all from my side. If you have any question, do let me know, and I will see you in the next one.